Hey all, it's Sherry. What's another interesting assignment again? Assassin's Creed Remix. But it's my first time to remix music. I have no idea how to start it. Isn't it a video game, as I remember? Let's Google it first. It's been over 10 years, really? One, two, three. You all know that I love the fusion of Chinese and Western music. Last time I had a good inspiration of the Game of Thrones. I watched a lot of classic Chinese movies about the assassin, like the one House of Flying Daggers. It is a movie in 2004, and I remember there's a very classic song named Beauty Song. And luckily, I found another great version of it on YouTube. It is a Chinese TV show, The Chinese Youth. It is to promote the Chinese culture with music. This one combines our traditional Chinese music with pop
真的超喜欢。
elements. So the first parts are all traditional Chinese music instruments. And here okay, here is the transition. So my mission this time is trying to make this beauty song with Assassin's Creed together. It's all about assassins, right? Now the question is how to do the rearrangement. I have two friends, rich friends. They give me some ideas. One, we call his nickname M Music. Can the producer told me to learn DAW first, like Logic X, Cubase, Fruit Studio, and buy a keyboard. I mean, the keyboard. The other, a professional composer, said I only need a piano or any instrument, and a pencil, and a piece of paper, or Sibelius. Very useful suggestions. That's why I call them rich friends. But Funky Sherbert ever said, no matter you're rich or poor, if you have passion to music, then you can make it. Finally, I found a free DAW, BandLab, and a free ScoreWriters, MuseScore. These tools are best tools for poor musicians. To do the fusion of Chinese and Western music or transit Chinese music to the Western one, the first thing I usually do is to determine the instruments. If you have good ears or just watch the video more patiently, you can find most instruments used to perform the song. Bells, drums, bamboo flute or 笛子, 古筝 and 琵琶. And If you are familiar with the tones of different instruments, it's not very hard for you to choose the Western music instrument that has very similar color tone with Chinese one. For this song, 古筝 and pipa belong to strings, and we can choose string orchestra with pizzicato techniques, harp, and tubular bells to make a softer harmony or chords. Bamboo flutes belong to woodwinds, and we can choose the flute and clarinet. Bells and drums are percussions. For bells, we choose the triangle and the tambourine. For drums, we just use drum kit. Others, we just add some electro music elements like music pad, bass guitar, anything you like, cause I know nothing about it at all. After determining the instruments, now we can start to make them play together. But you still need to get a music score. Unfortunately, I didn't find someone shared it on the internet. But again, if you have good ears, you can do the music to scores manually yourself, or pay some musicians to help you. For this song, you can firstly recognize the key is D major, the meter is 4 and 4, and the BPM is 83. How I can determine it so fast? So I just loop the main melody in my mind first. I can sing it. Mi, sol, la, do, la. The first sentence. So the first note I sing to me is mi. Then I use the piano to find the actual note is F4. Then I determine the key is D major. For the meter, mi, sol, la, do, la. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And last for the tempo, I use a metronome app and tap it that determine the BPM. Usually I directly write down the scores, but this time I'm going to learn some MIDI techniques using BandLab app. Next step is to analyze the structure of this whole song. I define it in 3 parts. Intro, Part A, the Chinese style, and Part B, the pop style. First is the intro. Before the bamboo flute starts, I follow the original one with similar Western music instruments. Second, Part A with Chinese style. I did some rearrangements, like using 2 flutes for the Chinese bamboo part, playing the main melody only once, combining female and male vocals, and the others follow the original one. Third, Part C with pop style. I just follow the original one mostly. For the sequences, mine are first the flute for Part A and Part B. Second are the harp, string pizzicato, clarinet, and string orchestra. Harp is for Part A and Part B. String pizzicato is for Part A. Clarinet is for Part A and some parts for Part B. And string orchestra most for Part B. And third is the vocal part. Firstly, I recorded it myself and then I add some male and female chords to it. Fourth is the intro part, including the harp, strings, and the tubular bells chords. Fifth is the tempo part. And I have another rearrangement for glissando or glissandi on 古筝. It's hard to implement it on MIDI, especially with a lot of limitations of the free apps. I rearranged it to some chords on the harp with typical Chinese scales or arpeggios. The combinations of do, re, mi, sol, la, and made it to the chords. Let's hear the difference. The original one with guzheng glissando. The second one without the glissando. It's the solo harp part. And there's the one after the rearrangement. Before finishing it, I still need to close my eyes and loop it to find the disharmonious parts and re-edit it. Now we got the rearranged song. Then we can edit the video to fit the song, and especially fit the beats. For me, I like to add some sound effects to the video, cause I thought the bass guitar part isn't impressive enough. I need some fightings, killings, gunshots, war effects, and so on. One of my friends who plays this video game helped me find the original sound effects of this video game. It's perfect. And we can find others on this website. This one, 100% real war songs.
Pew pew.
Seriously?
Pew pew.
Okay, let's continue at
Pew pew. This is it. I'm dying. Pew pew.
Finally, I finished it. Let's watch the video.